So on Christmas Eve, 1955, 70 years ago, Jim and Anita Beerbaum were married in Independence, Missouri. As Lori Walker remembers, Jim's mom, Mary, was in the very first round of church members who started in the Olathe congregation. So Jim and his family were part of Olathe from the very beginning in the 1950s. And after he and Anita were married, they were lifelong active and sustaining members of our congregation. Now, some 70 years later, when they're able, Jim and Anita still join us virtually from their shared room assisted living. They are watched over and supported by their loving son, Jimmy. So with all of us gathered for this Christmas celebration, we couldn't miss this opportunity to send them our warmest greetings, celebrating their 70 years together. Many of you didn't have the opportunity to know this special couple firsthand, so to give you a glimpse, we talked to several primary sources who helped us understand the forever legacy Jim and Anita created within the lives of so many of us and our congregation. Fran Stoll remembers that Jim was a shop foreman at Century Word Cabinet Company. Jim had a reputation as a fantastic craftsman and a good boss. Fran reminds us that we are still surrounded by many of the woodworking gifts Jim created for our congregation. Specifically, Sharon Robertson remembers that Jim helped build both our small pulpit and our large pulpit, as well as our beloved prayer book stand. The chairs on our rostrum are his creation, as well as the beautiful shelves in our library and adult Sunday school classroom. But probably most beloved, while still at the Park Street Church, Jim built the communion table, which we still serve the Holy Sacrament on today. What a blessing to our church family. Bruce Ryder remembers that Anita worked at Ottawa University when he was working on his graduate degree. They would talk on Sunday mornings about how this work was coming along. Not realizing it, Anita was an encourager, and she helped Bruce understand the good people and reputation the university had in that area. Many others remember Anita for her behind-the-scene ministry, the definition of a prayer warrior. Anita lived her discipleship through the many cards and prayers shared during and after life events. Even recently, if a name was put on a sharing care list, Anita would call to follow up, to be updated on how things were going. Many remember feeling her loving presence. Bruce remembers that Jim was a dedicated deacon for the church. He would often be the one in charge on Sundays, and Bruce said, quote, "We knew when he was in the back of the sanctuary that things would be under control." Which leads me to my final and probably my favorite memory, which was shared by Millie Binns. Millie's words: "When I was learning to be a deacon prior to my ordination in 1992, Jim was still active as a deacon. I remember him showing me how he would carefully place a church bulletin in the hymnal on the page of the first hymn of the service to help and support those who were ministering up front." Don't you just love it? So ministry today is a lot different and has morphed over the years. Well, this is just a snapshot of Jim and Anita's lives, showing how wonderful and meaningful those 70 years have been in the life of our church family. So now, may we all join together to wish them happy anniversary and a Merry Christmas, and on three. 1, 2, 3.
Happy